How's it going, everybody? I hope you like the new cover clip. Now, these are my two friends, Arna and Kent, and they are among the most knowledgeable people whom I know when it comes to fish biology. Even the fish are impressed. I'm not kidding. Now, we went diving in Dauin and we saw two small species of fishes which even these guys have not seen very often. And they were both within a square meter of sandy sea bottom at about 20 meters at a dive site called Masaplot North. I made a video about that dive site. I'm linking to it. Now, fish number one is this ornate ghost pipefish. Amazing. So this feathery looking animal here, that's actually a fish. It's a relative of the seahorses. It's next to this crinoid or feather star, and it's camouflages as a part of this feather star. And in a second we'll get to the fish which lives on this antiparan coral. Now, this is a close-up of the ghost pipefish. You can see the eyes, you can see all these tassels. This individual is slightly larger, so I believe that's a female, and very often the females carry the eggs between their fins. Now, who is living on this soft coral, on this black coral? It's a goby. Now, we all love gobies, of course, and this species is Bryaninops tigris. So this is a close relative of the whip coral goby, which is slightly more well known. And this fish exclusively lives on these black corals. Why is the black coral called black coral? When you take it out of the water, which I don't recommend, and you dry it to make jewelry from it, then it turns black. But here, obviously, it's slightly orange, and we can see the fish going for a piece of plankton. Actually, the visibility was not very good. Rich waters with lots of plankton this day, and you can see how it's pumping with gills so that it gets enough oxygen. Now, these fish spend their whole lives after they settle as larvae on these corals, and they are matched with these corals in terms of their color and in terms of their patterning. So unless you really know what you're looking for, you will not find this fish. Now, obviously I've seen them before a few times. I haven't really gotten any quality footage of them before. And what you need to do when you see one of these black corals, you just essentially have to scan branch by branch. There are a couple of really interesting shrimp which live on there too, and these gobies. And one more tip: when you're diving on shipwrecks have a lot of these black corals. And then again, poor name, they are in orange. Now, what is this? Maybe you can guess out loud for yourself. What did I film here? These are eggs. So these gobies not only live on these hosts their whole life, they also reproduce there. So you typically have to look for a piece of black coral which seems dead, where there are no polyps, and that looks black if you look at it underwater. And then these dead pieces very often have these goby eggs. So again, this is testament to the quality of the Olympus TG6, how well it resolves these eggs. Now, how do I find out these things about this fish? I go to FishBase. So FishBase has a page for every single known fish species. The images, there's a map where they occur. There is a classification, so these obviously they belong to the gobies, and often there's a short snippet about biology. So here it says associated with antiparan corals. These are the black corals at depths below 15 meters, and that are to feed on small animals of the plankton. This is also my observation that they're deeper than 15 meters. Now, loading. Actually, the internet has gotten better in the Philippines recently, but so what did we just load? This is a distribution map. So this is a heat map. You can see the fish occurs in the Red Sea, Gulf of Oman, on the African East Coast, then in the Coral Triangle, in the remote Pacific, and even in the islands in the far East Pacific. So wide distribution. Interestingly, these maps also give you a projected range for the year 2050, where the ocean will warm up, and it will be distributed wider. Lives of Gobies. This is a book which I wrote. I just released it. It just went into print this week. Very excited. If you like my footage about gobies and my raving about gobies, you should probably get this book. It's published by Asian Geographic, and I'll leave the link in the description. Now, to chill at the end of the video, I'm gonna leave you with some marine catfish, and we also have Abner and I made a video about this too. So enjoy the catfish and see you next week.